better stand there with me. Some relationships are wonderful until there's a crisis. Man, they beautiful relationships. Then then a crisis come up, a problem come up, pressure come up. Man, it was wonderful. What happened? A crisis, problems. There was a change. Let me tell you something about change. Some relationships are great until something changes. And you hear people say stuff like, I remember when we did it like this. I remember when we did it like that. See, it's changed. And so, because the formula or the format changed, now the relationship changed. And that shouldn't be. But it was wonderful until something changed. Well, let me just read what I have, because I got some good stuff for you. It was that a crisis came up, something changed. It could be something as simple as doing something like you used to. Stop doing something like you used to do it, the traditional. We used to do this, and we used to do it this way. And then because you make a change, it'll change the relationship. Watch this. So we must really know what is behind a relationship. We must really be able to recognize, and we need to recognize it quickly, what's really behind a relationship. If it's an agenda, and there's nothing wrong with the agenda, because sometimes you want to hook up with somebody to help them for a particular thing. Sometimes you want to hook up with someone for an extended period, and you have a purpose and a destiny, and it's sometime later on that it's accomplished. But sometimes you just want to give it a little kickstart and help them get started. But you need to realize quickly what's behind a relationship, because relationships can change really fast and catch you off guard. Man, relationship is wonderful. Then there's a problem. Watch what I have. Relationships you have had for 20 years can change in 20 minutes. Had a relationship 2 decades, 3 decades, 40 years, 40 minutes, it can change. It can go from what they said, hero to zero. People can love you to the moon 1 minute and then can't love you as far as they can throw you. You in there with me? Watch this, what I have. When someone thinks they have discovered something new about you, think about this. When somebody hears something, they hear something different, they hear something new about you. I didn't know that. Okay, now, whether that's true or not, see, that's what I'm saying. People can hear something about you. They can hear something new, something they never heard of. I never heard that. I didn't know. I didn't know she was like that. He was like that. I didn't know. They hear something new. People can hear something new. People can hear something different about you, and it can change the relationship. Wait a minute. I got it. They discover something new about a person they did not know whether it's true or not. And they discover, watch this, you are friendly with someone that they're not friendly with. Some relationships fall apart when somebody that you have been friendly with find out that you are friendly with that person. Now, you've been friends with this person all this time. They just didn't know it. And when they found out that you were friendly with someone that they didn't like, you gotta watch that relationship. People that cannot be friendly with you because they are not friendly with somebody else. Watch that person, because that person is dangerous. There's a word, capricious, fickle. Yeah, capricious, fickle. Change on you just like that, because now you are friendly with somebody that they not friendly with. Wow. Keep in mind what I'm talking about. Relations inside the church. Sometimes you had a great relationship going on with a person, but then they found out that you had a friendly relationship with somebody that you just didn't like. Now, I believe in this. I believe that a husband and a wife, that relationship is different than just friendly relationships. And if somebody that's my friend can't be my wife's friend, or somebody that's my wife's friend can't be my friend, then that person or those people can't be our friends. Now, just put that like that. But when it comes to regular relationships, when you have somebody trying to dictate who you can be friendly with and who you can be close to, that person that's trying to control that is dangerous. It's actually satanic, because it's a manipulative spirit. It's a form of rebellion, and the scripture teaches us as the sin of witchcraft. Rebelling. A rebel. Not going to do it the way that it's said to be done. Watch this. Let me go deeper with this. Relationships can be erratic, unpredictable, but nothing is more important or valuable than relationships. So, relationships are worth having. They're important. They're very valuable. They're going to cost something. It costs to be my friend. It does. It costs to be my friend. Because Jesus said it like this. They talked about me to Jesus. They talked about me. They didn't like me. They're going to talk about you. They're not going to like you. They hated your master. Jesus said this. He was the master. He said they hated your master. They're going to hate the servant. And so there's some of you, I'm just saying, if you're going to be my friend, everybody not going to like you. Everybody don't like me. And I don't blame them, because I don't like everybody. I don't let everybody know who I don't like. Now, when I say I don't like them, I'm not talking about the person. I do not like their attitude, negativity, way of thinking. There's some people I just don't like their way of thinking. You're not going to get me to go along with that. So when I say that, by default, I'm not an enemy to anybody. I'm not against anybody to try to hurt anybody, but I'm against what some people stand for, and they're against for what I stand for. I'm against what they believe, but they got a right to believe what they believe. I'm not trying to make them believe what I believe, but in the back and forth, it becomes a contention. And people will have a hidden agenda, and behind that hidden agenda and that watch this, that contentious situation, there's a retaliation. That's the difference. I'm not going to retaliate against you. I'm not going to figure out a way to get you back or to get you. No, my point is, I want to get out of your presence. I want to get out of your face. We don't ever have to talk again, because we got different ways of thinking. Don't have nothing personal. I like debate. And when I say debate, I like talking with people with different viewpoints. But I'm not going to argue with anybody, and then I'm not going to talk for an hour with somebody that their opinion and their position not going to change. Why would we waste that hour? Some things you're not going to change my mind about. And some things I won't be able to change your mind about. So why should we go down talking for an hour and a half, and in a debate back and forth, and you're not going to change how I believe, because I believe God created the heaven and the earth. I believe that. Okay, let me get this. Let me say this right now, because this is one of my pet peeves. One of the problems I have with the virus and the way that they're handling it, they're telling us we need to listen to the scientists and listen to those that's trained in the viral studies, epidemiologists, epidemics. We need to listen to them. We need to go by what they say. No. No. Well, Pastor, you're not a scientist, and you're not this, and you're not that. So, I'm not a doctor, but I don't care what my doctor tell me. Let me help y'all with something. Your doctor is to be listened to, know their training. You want to see what's on the wall. You want to see their sheepskin. You want to see where they study. You want to see all that. That's fine. But when it comes down to it, you better take control of your health yourself. You listen to what your doctor say. Your doctor say you need to do this, you need to do that, and you find out why, the reasonings. Then you make the decision. You make the decision for your health. Not your doctor. See, if you've been listening to your doctor and you've been letting your doctor tell you what to do and you don't have input, see, I know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of doctors, people have had to change doctors. They were about to die listening to their doctor. Go to their doctor, the doctor said, well, things looking well. Your numbers looking good. We're going to have to keep checking. We're going to have to test more in about 3 months because we're trying to figure out what's going on. And you feeling you getting worse. I know too many people. They say, hey, I got to get me a doctor somewhere else. I got to get me a doctor in Dallas. I got to get me a doctor in Shreveport. I got to get me a doctor in Little Rock. I got to find me another doctor. So when they tell you we got to follow what these scientists are saying about this virus, this worldwide pandemic, just because they have all of this decades of experiences about those various type viruses and different this type of things and how to do this and how to do that, you still have to yourself take control of your own life. Now, that's just how simple that is. So I've heard them, I've listened to them, I've heard them contradict themselves, I've heard them use a model. You know, they put these numbers in the computer, and the computer tells them, well, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And I told you all on the last clip, I said that each week they come out, the model was wrong. Every week. Why is it that those professors and those scientists get a chance to say, oh, well, we're going to put some new numbers in now, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and then next week, it still didn't come out right. It's just like a weatherman telling you it's supposed to rain and it never rain. Or he tell you that that it's not going to rain, and it rains every day. And it's the same thing with these scientists. They're guessing. They're in new territory. It's an educated guess. I respect all of that. But I realize from what I'm hearing, so you telling me when I see all of these numbers and I see 3,000 people confirmed have this disease, well, it means they tested positive. It doesn't mean that they have it active. They have in their system the test shows positive because of the way that the test is set up. And as God is my witness, listen to what they say. They're telling you that somebody died from the virus. Man went in there, he had heart failure, he had a stroke. And then they put it down, dying from the virus. But he didn't. He died with the testing positive for the virus, because you're only contagious a few days out of the 14 days that you incubate. You're only contagious about 2 or 3 days. Around that 5th and 6th day, after that, you're in the recovery process. You're either gonna get worse or you're gonna start recovering. And 50%, 98% recover. 50% of the 98% never even knew they had it. They didn't even feel sick. They didn't have fever. That was what was really dangerous about this. That's why you want to take the temperature. You can have low-grade fevers, or you can have no symptoms and slight mild symptoms, and so you can have this thing and just not know it. And so that's why the precaution is to put on something. Anyway, I got to get back into this. Watch this. So you can get into these relationships. When somebody wants to use your name, your influence, that's literally called politicking. I'm not talking about the political scene, politics and government. I'm talking, but you can politic in church and religion, inside relationship. People politicking. Some people want to invite you over to dinner, take you out to dinner, to use that as an influence. Let me take you out to lunch. Let me take you out to dinner. Come over to the house for dinner. Oh, we're going to have a cookout. Come on over. Some of that's legitimate, but some of that is not. Some of that is to get you in a position, disarm you, to get information out of you. All right, I'm gonna be real in here. Let me pick up where I just left off. I believe you must quickly read a relationship. You gotta read it. You gotta look at it. You gotta read it. You gotta see if there's something hidden going on, hidden agendas. If there is an agenda, because if there is an agenda and it's not a sinful or wicked or evil thing, there's nothing wrong with having an agenda. But you just don't want somebody with a hidden agenda. If they can't come out and say, look, I'm getting started in ministry. I really would like for you to invite me over to preach if you can got a spot, or I'd like to invite your church over. And people want to be able to say, I fellowship with Pastor Watson, throw that out there, and then that way that'll open up the door or whatever. So there's nothing wrong with agendas. You just don't want it to be hidden. Watch this. I have had, and I'm sure you have had, people who did not like you but wanted your endorsement. They didn't like you, but they wanted you to endorse them. They wanted you to endorse their project. Again, that's called politicking. You don't like me, I don't like you, we don't like you. We don't use that word. We don't really care for each other. We're not on the same page. Let me put it like that. Sometimes their intentions are clear. Sometimes they're not. All you wanted in the relationship, make sure that their intention, you just be up front. Don't have a hidden agenda. Watch this. Many times it's harmful. When the agenda, they keep it hidden from you, it's harmful. And regardless if it's harmful or not, that's deceitful. So you don't want to deal with anybody that's deceitful. If you misread the relationship and then realize that they had an agenda, a hidden agenda, that can be hurtful. It can hurt you and those around you. Had an individual. I said guy now already. But that was the individual. And really didn't care about the people. It was all about money. And once I found out this person wasn't as humble as they were saying and trying to come across, I ended that. I snuffed that. Don't answer their calls. When I see them, it's hi, goodbye. Not rude, but we don't get along. We don't gel. You can't play games with God's people with me. We give you a nice offering, put you up in a hotel, take care of you, take you to dinner. You know, you're not out of gas, you're not out of nothing. Your expenses taken care of. And then on the side, you getting offerings from the people. Sending them requests to help you go somewhere else, and you having a meeting somewhere, and you got them sending money to you. You not even saying nothing to the pastor that I'm writing your members. Do you mind if I solicit? Yeah, I mind. I definitely mind. Because if you let me know, and if I decide after I look at it that it's worthwhile, I'll be the first one to give. But see, the reason that they do it kind of underhanded because they know I wouldn't be for it. Anyway, that's another message. Watch this. Almost through. Remember, some people want to own the relationship and decide who you can be friends with. And then when in reality you just want to be an acquaintance. Some people want to be your friend, but you just want it to be an acquaintance. We're acquainted, or they just want to be acquainted, and I'm trying to be the friend. I'm trying to be more in the relationship that they want. They just want me to be an associate. They don't want me to be all that in the relationship. Watch this. When someone wants to control you and own you, it is very dangerous. That's a dangerous relationship. And it is actually satanic. And it's demonic. When somebody wants to choose for you who will be our friend. Okay, this person is my friend, I'm their friend. But then this person doesn't want to be friendly with this one, but I'm friendly with them. And you got another person that they are friendly with, but I'm not friendly with. And when this person tries to control who you be friends with, that person is dangerous. Because that person will at some point will retaliate. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Do not get me wrong. I believe strongly in having influence. I just don't believe in controlling. Influence is a great thing. I think it was Dale Carnegie, one of the Carnegies, or Carnegies, however you want to pronounce it. He said, he wrote a book, and he talks about winning friends, influencing people and winning friends. Influence is nothing wrong with influence. Influence is a great tool, but you don't want to try to control anybody. Because influence, when you have influence, that just means that you have an impact. And all of us should have some impact on somebody or a group. So influence, nothing wrong with that. Just don't try to control people. But I do not believe in controlling spirits and personalities. That is why I despise political correctness. It seeks to control your speech and what you think about, how you think. That's a witchcraft. That trying to control what you say and how you think. I've learned over time how people can hide their true agendas. And in the end, listen, it could have torn so many into pieces. It could have broken your heart. Hidden agendas can break your heart. Oh, Lord, they can break your heart. Watch this. Got some good stuff for you. I call it hidden evil. This is what is in the earth right now. Great deception. When it comes to this virus, the way that they're trying to approach it, making you stay inside, not go and visit anybody in the hospital, in the nursing home, isolation for something that is not as potent as the regular flu. It's more contagious. And depending on your underlying conditions and your age, it'll wreak havoc in your life. It's a horrible way to go. So don't argue with me that I don't believe it's real. It's real. If you get it, and you get it to the degree an older person or even a younger person with underlying conditions, you don't want to leave here that way. It's a horrible thing. But they have people paralyzed and frightful and fearful of this thing. And folks are rearing up, and I agree with them. I'm not going to do nothing foolish. I'm not going to expose myself to individuals that are sickly and have fevers and have symptoms. But and even if you don't have symptoms, which you are the more dangerous because you're around somebody that's not outwardly showing anything. See, if I see you, you're just sweating and because of a temperature, and you got the chills and you shaking. Okay, common sense. You got to have common sense. But this fear that these scientists and these doctors are telling the people, let me tell you something. You can do what you want to do, but many of these scientists and these doctors that you see they parade on television, that's doing all of the advising, they're the advisors, many of those people are political people. They're political scientists. They are political doctors. They have politicized the science. They have weaponized this virus. There are only, let me flip my page. There are only, in all of the United States, just under 1 million people that have tested and they know have it. Now, there are I'm giving you facts, some studies that have been done, especially on the West Coast. They estimate 50 times to 80 times the number of people that have been confirmed. There's 50 to 80 times that number that really has had it. Listen to what I just said. So then, if they're saying, let's just round it off, because it's like 985,000. Let's say 1 million people they have confirmed and they know have had the virus. Because that number, that 985,000, you got to subtract 55,000 that have perished. So when you look at the almost 1 million people, they said multiply that times 50, multiply that times 80. So at the top, when you multiply 50 times or 80 times a million, you're talking about 50 million to 80 million people. I believe that. You said, oh, that's a lot of folk. Remember what I said. I said this on about two clips back, 3 weeks back. The week I had the flu, there were 20 million people with that flu strain. The week after I had gotten over the flu, it had jumped and it was 30 million people. So yes, do I believe this highly contagious virus